Well, if you're watching this video, congratulations, because it probably means that you're finishing up the primer. And that honestly is a great feat. So I hope you're proud of yourselves because you've gone through something that probably a lot of Christians don't even really understand, and you've got a little bit more of a piece of what being a Christian is all about and being part of a life group is all about. So congratulations. And with that, now maybe would come a time that as you finish this, so you do remember what you've accomplished and maybe see where you're at, where you're going to be going as a group. Take some time, and this might be just the first time of many times, that you take some time to celebrate where you've come from. Take some time to evaluate. And then I think that's going to also lead into planning where your group is going to be going from here. For instance, let's just go through those three things. Celebrating. You've really gone through a lot in the last several weeks. It's good to be able to verbalize what you've learned so you can remember it, so you don't just keep on going on and forgetting what you have learned. So you've gone through what the anatomy of the disciple looks like. And maybe you've learned something about being a disciple of Jesus. Share that with each other. Just take some time now. Share what the best thing that you've learned about that, a way that maybe that anatomy has challenged you in your own life. You've also looked at our mission statement about what it means to be the church, to help people connect to God and to each other in every neighborhood. You've taken some time over the last several weeks to even put that in practice. What does it look like to help people connect to God? What does it look like in a group to help each other connect to one another? What does it look like to also bring that into every neighborhood that we're in? Share what you've learned. Share a highlight if you haven't already. Share what it meant to you to help to be connected to God and what it means to you that you have been connected with other people. So share those successes with one another. And as you're doing that, take some time then to plan even where you're going. And by the way, let me just step back a second. When you're celebrate the intangibles too. Celebrate what's the best thing that's happened to you personally over the last several weeks. It could be, wow, that meal that we had together was my favorite time together. When we did this thing together, that was great. When we got to know that couple, the Smiths over there, it was fantastic hearing their story. You know what, when we did this study, whatever it was, that was my favorite part. Whatever it is, or just hanging out together. So just share those celebratory times. And then evaluate. Look at your group and look at yourself as an individual and say, okay, so how have I done and how am I doing in those two areas as well, the anatomy and the mission? How am I right now with the anatomy of the disciple? Where's my strengths? What are my own personal weaknesses that I already know with what I do know about the anatomy? What are those? Just take some time and share that. You might find some common things with other people in the group that you might actually at the end of that time say, wow, as a group, we're really strong in this area. We're kind of weak in this area over here. For instance, maybe culturally engaged. And so as a group, as you're evaluating how you are individually and as a group, it also might start making you tend to think, where are we going to go from here? Maybe we need to spend a little bit more time in study and in practice to become culturally engaged a little bit more. What does that look like? How do we become that way? So it might just spark that with you. And then also with the mission. Be honest about where you feel your strength is and where your weakness is with that mission that you've just learned about. Is it easier for you to connect to God than it is for you to connect with other people? Is it easier for you to really go out to your neighborhood and serve than it is to connect with God? And find out that there's a common thing in your group with that as well. You might find that your group really does, it lends itself and it automatically goes to, hey, let's connect with God. Let's do study. Let's learn about God. But maybe as a group you evaluate and you find out you're not as strong in connecting to each other. So then make some plans to maybe to fix that, to balance it out. You might find out that your group is really strong at serving the community, but we want to get out there. We just want to always think about our neighbors and reaching out to them. But gosh, maybe we need to spend a little bit more time to help connect to God as well. So just evaluate that. As you're doing that, as I said, it's probably going to lend itself to the next step, which is to plan where do we go from here based on those evaluations. And also evaluate the intangibles. Evaluate the stuff that's even logistics. Evaluate even the time that you're meeting. Maybe you're at this time you're going to say, nah, maybe this isn't the right night for us to meet. Maybe there is a better night, or the timing just isn't quite right, or boy, our meetings are a little too long, or our meetings are too short. Whatever it is, feel free to share that. It's okay if other people disagree with you. It's not about being right or wrong. It's just your opinion, and it's always going to make the group stronger if you just share your opinion about what you think, and then your group, if there's something that's common, your group can make a decision. Even if it doesn't go the way you think it should go, remember that your opinion is valuable and you're part of the process of where your group goes. The one thing I would hate to see is for you to leave and go, wow, if I could have, I would have said that we were weak in this area and it's this thing that we're doing, but I didn't say anything. Don't let that happen. Say what you think, where your strengths are, where your weaknesses are, how you think the group is going, and just see what happens from there. So again, then you'll go into some planning. How do we make these things better? How do we change? How do we keep these strengths going? How do we maybe address these weaknesses? And with that, you're going to probably go to two things. You're going to either say, I am part of this group, I really fit with this group, or you might say, I don't fit with the group. Let's talk about the first one. If you say, I do fit with this group, I think that where this group is going, it's a good fit for me. Now start thinking about how you're going to contribute to the group. If you haven't already, take some time and just say, you know, with where we have been and where we want to go, I think I can add to the group and contribute in this way. Maybe it's taking on part of the leadership. Maybe it's hosting the group. You know what? Maybe we would work better at hosting at our house. Or maybe it would be, you know what? I'd like to bring some meals and provide ice cream every single week. That would make a group a lot stronger for me, by the way. But I would like to do that. It could be simple things like that, or it could be, I want to serve the group and maybe organize this certain aspect of the group that we've kind of come to say this is what we need to do. And I have a strength in that area and I want to just contribute to that. So think about how you can be involved, because the group isn't just for you. I think you've already learned that. The group is also for you to contribute to it. It's not just to give you something. It's a place where you can then use your gifts and your talents and your strengths to add to the entire group. But you also might, and there might be somebody here, and it might be you, that after the last several weeks you're going, I don't know if I really fit with this group. And it's not about being right or wrong. It's just about being different. And it's okay. Remember we said there's no two groups alike. There is no one life group that is going to be for everybody. I don't care how the life group is. There is no life group that is going to be for every single person. And it's okay. So if in the evaluation of yourself you're saying, I don't know if I fit here, maybe because of this logistic thing, or maybe it's because it's just not really a fit for me with where the group is going, just be honest. It's okay. People aren't going to get mad at you and kick you or pick up stones and start throwing them at you. At least I hope that's not what they're going to do. Well, that's not what they should do anyway. So they're not going to do that. Everybody understands that not everybody is a fit. So just be honest about it. And I want to encourage you with two things. If you find out that you're going, this isn't a fit for me, it has not been a waste of time these last several weeks. You might think, I just wasted all these weeks. You haven't. It is just as important to find out that you're not a fit in an area as it is to find out you are a fit. Just as important. So that's the first thing. It's not a waste of time for anybody. It's been a valuable time no matter what, even if you decide you don't fit. Now with that said, the second thing is this. If you don't fit here, don't drop life groups altogether. Go into something else. There's different groups. We've already said that. This group might not be for you, but it also probably means there is a group out there that is for you, that you can contribute to. So get involved. Jump in another group. Have fun in the process. It's okay if the next one isn't a fit for you either. Just keep going and have fun in it, but don't quit. Just get involved with other people. Remember what we said at the very beginning. You are not meant to do life alone. And I'll add this. There are other people that are not meant to do life without you. It is just as important for you to be involved in their life as for people to be involved in your life. You're needed by them, and you need other people. So find that place where you fit. Now with that said, as you're just going on from here, remember one more thing, and it's about our mission. That the mission statement of our church is not something that's just for church leaders. It's not something just for your life group leader. It's your mission. Remember that. See, in a very true sense, you are in a group here that's helping you connect to God and to one another in this neighborhood context that you're in as a means. That's not the goal. The goal is so that you get connected to God and to one another in this area, so that you, every single one of you individually will then help someone else connect to God and to one another in your neighborhood context, where every single one of you live, where every single one of you work, where every single one of you play. It's just an ongoing process. So understand you're being equipped in order to help people that aren't even in this group right now. So with that said, I don't think you're ever going to accomplish the goal. Not fully. Just like you're never going to accomplish the goal of becoming exactly like Jesus. It's a lifelong process. This is a lifelong process as well. So you're never going to come together and say, okay, we did it, check the box, we're done now. But you will, I hope, you'll come together like times like these every few months or so and take some time to celebrate. So where you go from here, where you plan to go, and a few months from now go, you know what, let's take time again. Celebrate where you've come from here. And then evaluate again. So are we still kind of on track? What are we weak in now in this area? Is that maybe going to dictate how we're going to study and what we're going to go to in the next portion of this group and how we're just going to keep growing and developing as a group? And then take some time to plan again where you're going to go from there. So have fun in the process. It's going to be a lifelong process. And that's really what I would tell you to do, is just have fun doing it.